Okay, good day. This is a video on creating your lesson uh, resource. So the lesson resource is used on presenting your lesson in accordance to what your book is showing. So when you say lesson, that is composed of multiple media. So it can be video, it could be an image. So each lesson should be presented this way, and then after that you'll have your sit work or your assignment, and then uh, you have your video conferencing after the end of the week that if you need it. So this is on creating a lesson. First, you have to turn your editing on the upper right corner here. So click on turn on editing, and then you will see the add an activity resource. So the topic here would be your first week. So we will add an activity resource on week 1. So add an activity resource, and then we'll choose add new lesson. Okay. So here we need to label our lesson. So in this case, let's try lesson 2. So we may or we may not put a description here. Your description here could be an equivalent page on the book. So the lesson 2 or the composition of lesson 2 could be page 1 to 20 of their book. So they could refer it. They could also refer there. So here in the availability, you can set your or the availability of your lesson on a specific date. So available from, and then their deadline to submit or to do their activity or this lesson. So you will set it here, and the time limit can also be set here. So basically, if you have a lot of videos, so you'll give time on time for them to finish. So if you will put in a time limit here, or you will enable the time limit, they need to finish this lesson on the time limit that you've set, or else they will be automatically graded, and or they could be flagged as not finished on this certain activity. So it depends on you on how you will do that. And on the grades here, we'll be setting the category of your grades. So if this is a lesson, normally it would be on the performance output. So and then you put a score on this activity. So let's say this certain activity is 10 points. So you put the maximum grade here, and then the performance output. And then you can also restrict the access. You can set it here on the availability, or you can set it here on the restrict access by adding a date restriction here. So it depends. And then also the activity completion is very important. So you will need to select the third option. In my case, this is the most effective one. Show activity as complete when conditions are met. So student must view this activity to complete it. So they have to open the activity. And then you can also require a grade. If they will not pass, or you will not reach the required grade, they have to repeat the activity. So this one is student must reach the end of the lesson of the page to complete this activity. So this must be checked. And also student must do this activity for at least how many minutes. So definitely if you have a 10-minute video, you have to set 10 minutes or 15 minutes. They have to spend at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes on this activity to finish it. Because if you will not set this one, they could just click next on their lesson without even watching the video. So this must be set for all your activities so that they cannot access or they cannot skip the videos that you have encoded or prepared. So save, you have to click save and display to start working on the lesson. So we'll click save and display, and then we are or the lesson page is shown here. So we are already on the edit, and then we need to see this collapsed menu. And then first that we will do is add a content page. Okay, so for example, the first our subcategory on this lesson 2 is about creation. So this would be our page content. So for example, we will search for a creation video here. Okay, for example, this one we'll see. Okay, so we just click share, click embed. We can copy the text here or just click the copy button at the lower right corner. Okay, we go back to our lesson page. We click the show and hide advanced buttons, and then click the HTML button, and then right at the bottom of the text we paste the code that we have copied. Okay, so at the bottom, this would be this is the confusing part. Now we need to put only on the content one. Okay, so content one would be, or the description on the content one would be the next video or the next media that you will be showing to your students. For example, we'll be showing the next lesson about Noah. Okay, so that would be the next lesson. So because we haven't created the page for Noah, so we don't need to put, or we don't need to change these jump options at this moment. So we'll just click save for a while and then create the Noah lesson. So to do that, we click the add new page here at the right side, and then click add content page again. So automatically there would be another content below the first one that we created. So for example, this is the story of Noah, and then we'll find another video here. So it could be a video from YouTube or for the one that you have created. It depends on what you need. Okay, so we just click share again, and then click embed, and then it's either copy or click the copy button at the bottom, and then go back to our lesson, drop the show and hide, click the HTML again, and paste at the bottom of the page. Okay, again, if we will be, or we have another lesson here, we will let's say we have another lesson or the story of David. So we don't need to change anything first on the jump option. Okay, so we'll just save this one. Okay, so we already have the creation, we have the Noah, and then we need to add another page, which is the story of David. So we click another new page here and add another content page. Okay, so this is the story of David. So we need to find another video for the story of David. Okay, so in this case we'll try this one. Okay, so we'll just click share, embed, and then copy, and then go back to the lesson again, show HTML. At the bottom we paste the code. Okay, so the description, for example, this is the end of the lesson. So we put end of lesson, or if it's Filipino, you can write Tagalog. So in this case, because this is the end of the lesson, we need to change the jump to end of lesson. Okay, so meaning this is the end. This is the button for the end of lesson. So we and also this is the last part of your lesson, so we have to end it to tell the system that the lesson is already done. So we click the save page. Okay, so we need to go back on the first page that we created because we will redirect the buttons to the next page. Okay, we go back here by pressing the gear icon. Okay, so we need to open the next page, which is Noah. So we click this option to jump, and then click the page for the Noah's story. Okay, and then click the save page. Okay, so as you can see here, there is already a change, no? From the page title creation, it will jump to the Noah's page or Noah's story, which is the next. No, Noah's story will need to have this jump onto the David story. So we need to edit this one, and then edit the jump option to show the David's story. Okay, and then click save. Now, we will preview the lesson that we created by clicking the preview button here on the left side. So this would be the uh, uh, the page that your student that will see. Okay, so they will see the video here, and then they will see the bottom button that you created, which is meaning that the next story that they will see is about the story of Noah. This one is the story of creation. Upon playing this one, then after seeing the video, they will click the story of Noah here at the bottom. Okay, so again, this is the next story that they have to watch. So after watching this video, they will have to watch another story, which is the story of David. So they will click this button again at the bottom. Okay, and then they will see the story of David. And then after they see this story, and they will see that this is already the end of the lesson. So they'll just click this end of lesson. Okay, so you can if the grade would be graded by the teacher, and it's not, it does not rely on the completion of this lesson, then you have to go to your grade book to grade this lesson for the student. So this would be the display for the students. In this case, they will see their score. Okay, so that is the creation of your lesson. Thank you.